What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Slackercast. I'm Greg. With me, as always, is Lawrence,
So, guys.
Jonathan C.
God, Lawrence, I hate your smile.
and your mom's side piece, Dustin.
What's
Upside piece.
I got my Will Ospreay hair going on today.
I know.
Yeah,
I
Will
noticed
Ospreay.
that. Yeah,
I noticed that.
you were just going on next level mark for him, aren't you?
No, my hair. I just need a haircut. Like it kind of looks. I noticed it kind of looks like Will Ospreay's hair.
Justin,
Big
just start
What's
balding.
up, Big T?
Not
Thanks
fair.
for joining.
Balding. Fuck that.
After 2 weeks, Big T, we took 2 weeks off because
Have
we
you
needed to
seen
get some shit
beautiful
watched.
fucking head of hair I have? Come on.
It's all right.
Greg, remember the 26-year-old guy at Walmart that was balding?
Yes, I remember. This is how we're starting. This is how we're starting today. Yes, I remember the 26-year-old guy at Walmart who was balding, who looked like he was at least in his mid-40s.
He had his
like-
hair around his head, bald right here.
It's kind of like how when I met Greg, it's kind of the same thing.
Oh man.
I was like,
Oh.
"Damn, you're only 22." Shit.
Well, we got this guy that works in the online grocery pickup at my store. That he's in his 20s, but looks like he's in his late 30s.
He's lived
Rough
life.
life, huh?
Yeah.
He's
seen
got the
some shit.
he's got the balding thing going on
Whoop.
too.
What's that job like?
What?
Being an online shopper.
It's a nightmare. I don't know why anyone would want to do it.
Got that right.
Whenever they try to call me over there for that stuff, I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Even if I do, but I
And
don't.
You wanna learn?
Don't ever learn.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I know how, but the thing is everybody that knows that I know how is gone. So now I can just play dumb.
Nice.
They're gonna be like, You're gonna have to sit in on a training, sir.
Yeah. Take like 6 hours to do
We'll
it.
give you some on-the-go training.
Is it really that bad? It doesn't like tell you where to go and stuff? Or,
Look,
like, how to
here's
bag
the
it?
thing. Like, picking is not bad. Like, going around and picking stuff is not bad because if you're just helping out, who cares if you make your times anyway? You're only helping out. Dispensing sucks because that's where you got to load up the shit, take it out to the customer, and then
Oh,
be
yeah,
all
no, I
nice
won't
and
do
shit to
that.
them. Fuck that.
Oh, nice. and
I ain't trying to do all that.
You gotta be nice to him.
You got to act like you're pleased to bring them their groceries. That's gotta
Although
be the
I will
worst thing in
say
the
I
world.
get online grocery pickup a lot, and most of those people are not really nice. I mean, they're not rude or anything, but they're like, "Hey, where you want me to put this in the back?" And I'm like, "Yeah, put it in the."
Yeah,
that's fine,
I've
put it in
noticed
the
that
trunk."
too.
They
Well,
used to not like when they first started doing it. They were always like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Blah blah blah. Now they're
Why
just
are
like,
you doing that? Why are you doing the online grocery pickup?
Because I fucking hate Walmart. It gives me anxiety.
It does. I have noticed that myself.
I mean, I can't say nothing about that. It
Gives me anxiety too.
Yeah.
It literally makes me want to punch people in the face when I go. in there.
Apparently, it gives you kidney stones, also, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Quite
It
a
does
few.
do
of
that
them.
too. Yeah, a lot of them. Walk around.
It's
like
kinda
a
why
big
we were on a
like
break.
Walmart feels like a bad school, like a fight's about to pop off any minute. Like, that's how I feel when I walk through there. Like someone's swinging on somebody.
I mean, sometimes people do fight there. so.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just not a great place. I just don't like it. So
Well, it's only going to get better. So
I commend you guys for
Of course.
working there, especially
Yeah,
as long as
really.
y'all have, because
It's-
I
it's
Y'all
a
couldn't
tough-
worked
do it.
through COVID. Y'all were the essential workers.
Yeah,
it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
got exactly nothing for that.
Salute to Jonathan. Salute to Greg.
I guess.
That's all they got was a salute and a pat on the back.
Yeah.
I ain't getting shit else.
And-
But anyway, moving on to more important things. Today, we're going to be talking about Stranger Things and Obi-Wan. I
Yep.
think we'll start out with Obi-Wan. So, Lawrence, you look like you got a whole notebook. What's up, Big?
Ben Grimm.
Ben Grimm, what's up, buddy? Big T.
So Obi-Wan.
yeah,
what-
starting
what-
off with that.
What is everyone's thoughts on Obi-Wan?
Well, I'll start off by saying this. It was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining. I didn't hate it like a lot of people did that I've seen reviews on. I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. So I'll start off by saying that.
I give it a 10 out of 10. I thought it was perfect. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Now, I got some critiques, but we'll
I
wait for that.
was a little iffy in the beginning because they were really pushing the Obi-Wan is depressed
yeah.
I get
angle
tired of that
real hard.
So what is it
You
with
know.
are people in Star Wars not allowed to like have
Well,
tragic things happen to them
well,
and
that's
be
fine.
depressed?
I mean,
Hold on.
Yeah,
We'll get to all that.
You
But,
have plenty of reason to be.
but first, so Jonathan, you liked it overall as well?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah.
Me too. I thought that it was great actually. I actually liked it more than The Mandalorian because it did what The Mandalorian did. It felt like old Star Wars again.
I didn't like it more than that. I wouldn't go as far as that, but it was entertaining. We'll go.
But so things I liked about it, I liked the fact that we got to get a little bit more story on Tatooine, the people there. You got to see the stuff you love to see in Star Wars. You got to see ships, you got to see planets, you got to see new locations. That's
Lightsaber
what
battles.
I like. Lightsaber battles.
Good shit.
And the only real gripe I have about the whole show, honestly, is that when did Vader start, like this is a bad guy, but everybody's rooting for him. Like he's a villain, but he's the
Yeah.
most popular person on the show, even though the show's called Obi-Wan.
I think Vader's always had that quality.
Yeah, ever since
where
the originals.
He's a tragic character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
actually, that's not my major gripe. My major gripe is kind of what Jonathan already touched on. I didn't like the whole bullshit of Obi-Wan's lost his powers and he has to get them back. Because I'm like, he's a fucking Jedi. First off, Obi-Wan is not going to just stop training and stop being in touch with the Force just because he went into hiding.
Yes, Ben Grimm.
Yeah, Ben, he's in there.
He's
With
very
Hayden
much in it.
Christensen as Vader.
Yeah, I love those scenes with Hayden Christensen. It's
Here's
surprising.
here's the question I have for you, Lawrence. I've been dying all week to ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel like this show hurts the original trilogy as far as when Vader and Obi-Wan finally meet up again?
Absolutely.
That's
my
what that
gripe
was
with
what
it.
I was gonna
That's my
ask you
major
about.
gripe, and this is
Yeah.
this is what I was gonna say. The show's entertaining, but it's completely irrelevant. Like it didn't need to happen. And a lot of these shows are like that. Like, do we really need to see any of the stuff that happened in this show? And then it hurts the Vader thing because when he meets him in episode 4, why is it so special then? They met in the series anyways when he's finally Darth Vader.
And
But
he
it was
even
still
said-
like another 10 years or so before it happened again. So
but
who cares?
The line where he says, when we last met, I was but the master, or I was but the student, you were
Well,
the
was
master.
you was but the learner. Now I
Yeah.
am the master.
That whole thing is irrelevant because when you met him, he was a depressed old man who wasn't taking showers.
Yeah, but
And
he
you were
wasn't.
already
But
Darth Vader.
see,
You were
I thought
already-
about this when they were fighting in that final battle. I thought about exactly what you guys are talking about right now, and I feel like at that point in time, Vader still was not the master yet
Right.
because he's a young Vader.
He's
So
still-
he wasn't the master
No,
yet,
because-
and Obi-Wan was still the master because he was fucking picking up whole ass rocks and throwing them at Vader. So
I see that, but it made the Mustafar.
I
thing
do get your point of
weakened.
this. The story is kind of like it's really not necessary, I guess. But I mean, as a Star Wars fan, you have to appreciate it, and I think it was well done. So
Yeah, definitely.
that
Well done.
helps.
For Disney, it was very well done.
There was some agenda shit, but other than that, it wasn't
What was
like
the
too
agenda?
much.
I didn't
I
catch
didn't
it.
catch any.
You know
agenda
me, I
stuff.
usually catch that stuff, so I didn't catch it.
They
What
did
was
this
it?
before. Why does a chick say to refer to her as sir as like when she's is that like because they did that before in Clone Wars, but Ahsoka was like they referred to her as sir. If you watch the animated series Clone Wars, like what is that purpose? Is that like in Star Wars universe? That's a rank, or is
Maybe.
it gender relevant? It's just one of those things that I thought they were kind of pushing.
Maybe they don't have genders in the galaxy, you know.
So basically, the storyline in this one was there's a bunch of Inquisitors, like three of them to be exact, that are like supposed to be they're hunting for Obi-Wan like from the start of the show. What did y'all think about the reveal that one of the Inquisitors was actually a youngling that I guess Vader spared?
Well, Greg, I'll say this:
That-
Riva.
That was a
I
cool
like-
twist.
Yeah, that was a
I
cool
like that twist.
I actually like that character too.
Is she not the chick in the video game?
Yeah,
Remember
Riva.
there's
Riva was a character I think before this.
I'm saying,
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
in the video game, she was like the older black chick that like helps them out at
The
some
third
point.
sister.
Yeah, she's in the
Third
game,
sister.
right? The Fallen
Third
Order game.
sister.
I didn't play Fallen Order. I don't know.
Oh God, you should probably play
Yeah,
that.
that's a good game, man. You should.
I think
definitely play it.
Reva. I think Reva was original, like a character that was before, and she's finally getting a screen appearance. But I like.
I kind of feel like her character fell apart though after she tried to
Bruh,
attack Vader. There was
Vader-
like nothing. Yeah,
Vader made her look silly.
Yeah.
Just like
He wasn't even
Like
fighting
me-
her with a lightsaber.
like-
He was just using his
it's
force
like
powers.
me fighting my kids. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
You know what didn't make
get
sense
you
to
outta
me
here.
about that though is like Vader to me like that scene didn't make sense because Vader would have killed her.
Right. What exactly that the character
There was like
He
unless he
did.
was still going to use her to do something else, he would have killed her. But he didn't use her to do anything else. He just like left her there to look fucking like a
and what
pissant.
made Vader kind of
I mean, he did
intimidating-
kill her. I mean, he thought he killed her, but he
Yeah.
stabbed her.
Nah,
But
he-
the thing is, nah, he
straight up
didn't.
impaled her. I mean, what you want from the
He needs to do what he did to Captain Nita, to Admiral Piet, all those dudes that he choked out for just sneezing wrong or something.
Yeah.
He needed
Yeah.
to do to her. That's
I mean, they insulted him.
they got shit wrong and said, "I'll make it up to you," and he just force choked him right on the spot. He
You
said,
failed me for the
"Apologies."
last time.
Yeah.
So who did the
apologies
voice?
accepted,
Does
Captain
anyone know who did the voice for Vader in this?
Nita. James Earl Jones?
Yeah, it was probably James
Yeah.
Earl Jones.
James Earl
He's
Jones.
still
again?
alive and kicking. Yeah.
Man,
Enjoy him while you got him.
I know, right?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it was great, man. I absolutely loved it. It's
What's that? Serious Chewie.
Oh
I
God,
want to
I
answer
hope
this one
not.
from Big T. Big T
That'd be
says,
funny.
"What kind of turned me off was the last scene in the show. How did Luke not remember that he had met Obi-Wan before?" No, in the original trilogy, he does mention that. He just refers to him as Old Ben. They think he's just some
Yeah.
old hermit crazy guy. And
Yeah.
Luke
Yeah.
does remember him, but he's remembered like as a
But
bum.
you don't know who he is.
Yeah, he doesn't know who he is.
So this brings us, since we're seeing so much of Vader and Obi-Wan, and we even got to see Luke again. Lawrence, I got in a debate with somebody at work about this.
Go ahead. Surprising.
Who is more powerful amongst the three? Like who would you say is like the most powerful between Obi-Wan, Vader, and Luke at their prime, at their peak?
At their peak,
At their peak.
it's
See,
hard to say, dude.
see,
Probably Obi-Wan.
I eliminate Vader immediately.
It can't be Vader because how
Can't be
many
Vader.
times Obi-Wan got to whoop his ass?
And then Luke whooped his ass too. That's the thing. Luke
Yeah.
kicked his ass. I think Luke is the strongest at his peak.
Because
Like,
see, like
Luke-
the guy was arguing me this on. I was like, look, I'm Obi-Wan Mark. I was like, but Luke was like a special Jedi.
Yeah,
like he
he
had
was-
the ability to. He was almost like a Yoda type because he could achieve a level of the Force that no other person could
Dude,
achieve.
fucking Darth Vader was surprised with him, how strong he was with the Force. Remember that
Yes.
comment he made? For Darth Vader to comment on someone being strong with the Force means something because he's really up to that point. the
He's been
strongest.
around Obi-Wan. He's been around
Exactly.
Yoda. You know, he's been around all these powerful
Yes,
people.
Mace Windu, all these for
Like,
years.
It's like, hold up.
The Force
Wait a
is
minute.
strong with this one. Hold on. Yeah.
Mm. Wait a minute.
Are y'all familiar with anything from the books?
Yes, I've read the expanded. Like
So are you
Empire.
are you familiar with the whole theory? I think they actually address it in either one of the books or somewhere about how Yoda's race can act. The reason they're so strong with the Force is because they can achieve a higher level of Force than anyone else.
I have heard that theory. It's not been
Yeah.
confirmed by Lucas or in the movies, but it's interesting.
I can't remember the one chick they have in the books of his race. I can't remember her name, but she's supposed to be powerful too. But I don't think as powerful as Yoda.
Okay, so
Well, we have Grogu now to teach us how
Teach us how-
powerful
Yeah.
but
the
Dustin-
Yoda race is.
Dustin, you had asked me about the Disney agenda pushing, and
The
do you
what?
remember that the Disney agenda pushing? You're like, well, I didn't see any of that. Okay,
I
but do
didn't
you-
either, honestly.
Do
I
you-
didn't catch it.
Do you remember that scene where Uncle Owen goes back home and Aunt Peru loads up the shotgun and is going in? She's like, "No, we're staying. We're holding our home. This is where we live." I'm like, she didn't do anything like that any other time. She never mentioned guns. She never mentioned any knowledge. Of
I mean,
guns.
that's reaching. I mean, who cares? I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who gives a shit?
Oh, Big T, I don't know where Watto was.
Yeah, fucking Watto, man. He passed
Oh,
away.
no.
Lubian.
Oh,
Big T
a
Watto. Yeah,
Jedi.
he died of old age.
It's okay to have strong female characters in the show.
You know,
It's
it
not gonna
definitely
hurt
is.
anybody.
It definitely is.
And then
But why did Uncle
Mandalorian, you got a whole group of them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But Greg, I was gonna say with the Watto thing, was there any memorable aliens in this that you saw? Was there any memorable characters on that level?
The dinosaur one.
Not
the
really,
dinosaur.
honestly. I mean,
The droid,
the droid. Yeah, the droid was cool.
even though he didn't talk.
that character that died for them, I guess, was somewhat memorable. I can't.
This is
remember her
my
name.
problem with the Disney Star Wars.
I can't remember her name.
And Greg, you'll agree with me.
You're probably right.
The Star Wars movies are good. I mean, the Disney stuff, they're all entertaining, but you don't remember some of these characters. Like, I actually had to go back and try to get their names again. Some of them don't even have names. I'm not lying. Some of them
They don't have names.
They just talk. Like that black dude that was the pilot that was arguing with Obi-Wan, like, hey, man, we got to do this. No, he has no name. He's just his actor name, which is O'Shea Jackson Jr., but
he does have a name. His name was Riker. Or Roker. Yeah, he had a name.
It was Al.
It was like, it was a mention on his IMDb. It's just his name. Everyone else got their character name. You get to him.
They
and
call his name, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, he says it. Obi-Wan says it like at least 4 times in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I largely forgot it. I'm sorry.
No surprise.
Yep.
Very forgettable.
But who cares, though? He's a minor character. Who cares if you remember who he is?
But Star Wars was littered with those minor characters you remember. Like Boba Fett could be argued as being a minor character, but he's like the most popular Star Wars character. Jango Fett, Grievous.
Here's the $1 million question. Having seen Obi-Wan, if this is the last time we ever see Obi-Wan again, was it satisfying enough?
They already talked about season 2, but
are they really?
Yeah, they said they're going to do season 2.
But still,
I was like, yeah, I'm certain.
Yeah, Ben, you're right.
If it ended right now, I'm good. I mean, they didn't have to do it. The story would have stood either way, but I'm glad we got to see this.
I mean, it was cool as fuck seeing Vader again.
Yeah,
I'm just glad that
all the Vader stuff was good though.
I'm just glad that we finally got to see more Star Wars with with characters we actually care about. With more Vader, more Obi-Wan, not fucking people who are lackluster like fucking Boba Fett and shit like that. Did anyone watch Book of Boba? Because I didn't.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to, but I need to. I want to watch it.
I don't even want to, man.
But your boy Luke Skywalker's in it though.
For how long?
For how long? Yeah.
Can I just skip to his scene?
All his scenes.
You can skip to his scene, get your Jergens and your tissues out, and you can jerk off to your favorite fucking character.
What is your problem with Luke?
Yeah, he doesn't like any character.
Don't get me wrong. Luke is fucking white bread.
He definitely is, but that's his charm, Jonathan.
I mean, if you say so.
Sure.
I mean, I guess. I mean, but you if you go by what the last the sequels were, you know what he ends up like, and who fucking cares?
Well, those aren't canon, so those don't.
Those aren't canon.
They are canon.
They're canon right now.
Hey, what y'all think?
They always will be.
What y'all think?
And I'm sure everyone will be milking sucking them off in 20 years, just like they were hating on the first sequel. That'll be the same shit in 20 years. They'll be talking about how great the movies were.
I still don't think the prequels are very good, but
the prequels are real. I mean, they're not. It gave us so much stuff. Okay. It gave us so much stuff, like Mace Windu, the Council, the ships. Man, you got the Jango Fett, the clones, Grievous, Darth Maul. I mean, the list goes on and on.
And people still bitched and cried and bullied people into suicide. So
that was a small vocal minority. That wasn't like every
a small vocal minority. I don't know about that. I mean, there's people hating on this show, and all 4 of us have collectively said that the show is it's damn near fucking good.
What is the hate that the show is receiving? I haven't really seen
I mean, but I've heard that people were hating on the show, but
definitely at first it was because of the Reva character.
Yeah, there was a lot.
That woman was black.
They didn't like.
Oh, she was black. Of course,
a woman.
She was a quote unquote diversity hire.
God, no! Don't do a diversity hire. Oh my God, no representation.
I was like, God damn, can't one person on the show be black?
No, they do not like that. They'll boycott the whole movie for that.
That's what turned me kind of off against all those guys, is because I started to realize they're
all racist.
So let me get this right.
They were
People are-
bitching for nothing. Like a lot of it was overblown. Go ahead, Greg.
So let me get this right. People are okay with every type of fucking alien in the galaxy, the universe, whatever, being a Jedi or having a role. But all of a sudden, you bring in this black chick and they fucking lose
have
their
it.
freaking minds.
I mean, remember whenever the first prequel or first sequel movie came out, and they announced that the two main characters were going to be a black guy and a woman, and everybody lost their fucking minds.
No, Dustin. They found out that was fake. That wasn't actually. No one made mention of the Black Stormtrooper. Hashtag Black Stormtrooper was started by Disney bots. Like that was the actual thing that they were sending out. And no fan actually complained about that, but they did. They put that out themselves, and they started this thing to trend, and they got people talking about it. So they actually were known for doing that.
I'll tell you,
the show with the Reva character,
This is
like
the
they
strangest
put
thing
out.
you've ever said.
No, they.
I'll tell y'all who I was intrigued by in Obi-Wan was
Go
the Inquisitor character that we thought got killed but actually didn't.
Yeah.
Fool you.
That was the whole thing, man. Like when she took him out, I was like, I thought this guy was supposed to be tough.
I
Yeah,
knew that was
like-
happening. No, I knew
did
she was
too.
going to replace him. I knew that was. I saw that one coming. I did like
But
that Asian one though.
They did nothing with that dude, and that dude like had some of the weirdest lines.
Yeah.
It was just weird.
I liked him though.
I like the Inquisitors for the most part, but y'all didn't like Freck, as voiced by Zach Braff. Freck was a fucking pig-faced squid thing. He was like driving the truck. He was like, hey,
Oh, is that? I thought that
Come
was
on,
Seth
watch
Rogen.
No, everyone thought it was, but it's actually Zach Braff.
Oh,
He said, "Hey, where you guys going? I'll take you up the road."
No, there was your Disney thing right there. That was such a Disney character.
I love that guy.
I didn't know that. I guess they had to add rednecks in Star Wars too. So.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know.
that was.
You always got your backwoodsman. They're always there.
He was more like a farmer. Like he
All right,
was,
so there you have it. The consensus is we all loved Obi-Wan, so everyone should watch it.
Thumbs
definitely
up.
check
Go
it
watch
out.
it.
yeah. Don't be a toxic Star Wars fan. Okay.
Right.
Now,
Don't
Jonathan,
gatekeep.
I know you haven't seen this. Lawrence, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but we're going to talk about some Stranger Things.
Did you
Have
watch
you seen it,
Lawrence?
Lawrence?
I seen the trailers.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
That means you haven't seen it.
So I guess
I've
this is just
seen
going to
the
be
trailers.
me and Greg discussion.
Well,
All right,
ask
Dustin. Well,
questions.
you've been waiting for this, so
Well, I fucking love that show. I think it has. I know I'm gonna rewatch Game of Thrones soon whenever I get my HBO Max back to confirm this placement. But I think Stranger Things has moved into my second favorite show of all time.
What's the first?
well, yeah,
Sopranos, no doubt.
Okay.
Nothing will
Yes.
ever touch that show.
He's got a
Sopranos for
spaceship
me,
in their
too.
living room.
That was I
That
don't
was-
know. That was on me.
That was the nightly guy that goes by just with his engine, man. Just
As a
Okay.
whole, I love Stranger Things. However, I don't like how the series has become such a slow burn. Like this season was such a slow burn, man.
They're trying. They have to. They're trying to hold on to the success of the show. But I'm very glad to hear that they're ending it after this season. So because
how
I'm
did you
glad
like? How did you like the villain in this one?
Vecna.
Yeah,
I thought it was awesome, and I loved. And even though I'm not a huge horror guy, I loved all the homages to the horror stuff. Pretty
Yeah.
much throughout the whole series was a lot of like old school '80s horror homages or whatever you want to call
Since
them.
Lawrence and Jonathan haven't seen it, and it was kind of a big reveal. I'm not going to say what it was, but I loved the reveal of what Vecna actually was.
Yes. Oh,
that
dude.
was
Dude.
absolutely amazing.
I do intend to watch this show
Yeah, I
at
do
some
want
point
to
or
watch
another.
the point at some time or another.
That's the
I-
reason.
I do
That's the
wanna-
reason I'm not going to say what who.
And I
Vecna
loved how they
ended up being.
split. I loved how they broke it up into like two little chunks, and so you had to like wait a couple weeks because they have revealed that, and then you had to kind of wait a couple weeks for the last couple episodes that were like more like movies than one was like an hour and a half, the other
Well-
was 2.5 hours.
I was texting you when I was watching the final episode, and I told you that I thought I was going to be upset if they did what they've kind of done in previous seasons, to where it all ends on a happy ending always.
Yeah, it did not really end on a happy end.
This time they didn't do that. It actually kind of had a real shit ending, as far as like the condition of everything.
Let me
But
ask you this: Is there any
Is it
black
down there?
characters in it?
There we go.
is there any
Nah.
black characters?
Yeah, because
Have you not ever watched any of it?
One of the main characters
seen-
is a black kid.
Oh,
I'd
Lord.
never seen it, so I don't know. That's
Oh, and you'll like this even more, Lawrence. He's in an interracial relationship. How do you like that? buddy?
Hey,
Yeah.
it's all about you, buddy.
Just like
my daughter
Just like
actually
that.
stayed up and waited for it to the second part to premiere and stayed and watched all 5 hours of the show from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m.
So
or 4 hours.
if I had to complain about this season, what I would say is that I didn't like how all over the place it was. And by all over the place, I mean you had characters over here, you had
Yeah.
fucking characters over here, there's characters over here. They're all doing different shit, but they tied it together good. Because
just like Game of Thrones.
Everything that everyone
kinda.
was doing mattered because in the bigger picture, it all needed to be done. So
Yeah.
I did like
That's good
that.
writing.
Tina even said at one point she was like, "Man, it's kind of all over the place."
Yeah, and that's what I thought too, and it got me worried because I was like, "Ugh, I hope they got a good recovery plan for this, because if not, there's gonna be a lot of holes." But they filled them. So
They did. I mean, that's why I love that show. It reminds me of like when I was a kid and just like doing stupid adventures and stuff, pretending like, even though they're not pretending, but
I mean, it started out that way. Then
yeah, it just kind of reminds me of that time, man. It just takes you back. We're all 80s kids except for Lawrence. We all fucking
and here's the
bikes
thing
and
that's
played
here's
in
the
the
thing
woods
that's
and
great
shit.
about that show is like the show, of course it's very very make believe, is to a whole bunch of kids in the town are going to be the ones to save the town time and time and time again. But that's what we all wanted when we were kids, man. We like pretend like there was something that's going to fucking destroy everything and that we have to stop and things like that. So that's what makes it fun.
I loved the like montage of them like building all the weapons and stuff to go into the Upside Down, and they're like riding in the van and everything's in slow motion, and they're playing like the Journey remix song.
I'll say this though, I fucking hated the Stoner character, and I feel like he contributed absolutely nothing to the show
hate
other than
stoners,
comic
Greg.
relief.
You hate stoners.
That's what he was. He was the comic relief. That's what he
He
was there for.
contributed nothing, man. He didn't even.
He contributed his comic relief. Okay, he was there to.
Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't fuck up the whole thing.
His name's Argyle.
The dude's name is Argyle. I already don't like him.
Yeah.
With a name like Argyle.
What about-
What kind of dumbass name is Argyle?
What about Nancy Wheeler's?
His parents were high when they named him.
What about Nancy Wheeler's slow motion shotgun scene?
I felt like it didn't really need to be slow motion, but
No, everything's cooler in slow motion, man. When they start throwing the Molotov cocktails and she just comes out and she's like, just lighting them up with the
Pineapple
shotgun.
Pizza has never bombed.
you know what my problem is with Nancy and the
Yeah.
shotgun scene is, and I'm sure Jonathan will think this too once he actually sees her character. She's not believable as a badass. I'm sorry, she just doesn't look.
She's so small, dude. She's just so tiny.
Yeah.
She's the sleuth. She's the sleuth character in the show, but she always has like every season seems like she has a badass weapon scene.
She's like Velma with a shotgun.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
Lawrence,
pretty much.
you'll be happy to know that you do get to see Michael Myers in Stranger
Oh
Things.
yeah,
Mm.
when Eddie wears the Michael Myers mask, that cracked me up.
Greg, which variant? Rob Zombie variant? Or,
No, the John Carpenter variant.
Which one?
Original mask variant too.
Oh, it's 78.
Or actually, no, it might have been the Halloween 2 Fathead mask.
Oh,
'cause it
the
did look
pumpkin
kinda-
head. The round one.
I think it was
that.
like the OG mask. It looked like.
Actually,
I
that
don't
one's growing on me. The Halloween 2 mask might be my favorite. the pumpkin
I
head.
really like it now. The Fathead.
So Greg, so there's a big hoopla, and I won't say who it is, but there's a big hoopla about the death in the show this season. Were you upset about the death in the show this season?
Yes, because I liked that character.
But didn't you think his story was kind of over?
I feel like because of the Hellfire Club, he would have been a good addition to the final battle whenever it comes to that, because he's a nerd just like the rest of them.
Yeah.
But so now what's going to happen is in the next season, we're going to get a new character, because they give us a new character every season.
Yeah. What I read was they pretty much created him so they could kill him off and not have to kill off any of the other characters.
Well, one of the main characters did almost die. I kind of wish they would have went the route of like
Big T, mine did.
Yeah, he's asking a question. Right?
Yeah, I actually got one of those Stranger Things pizzas.
Oh wait,
Are they good?
I think they're just DiGiorno pizzas.
Oh,
I'm
really?
pretty sure.
What the?
Yeah.
There we go.
Don't
Yeah.
they kind of taste like DiGiorno, Lawrence?
yeah, they taste like DiGiorno, and they taste. I liked it. It tastes just like DiGiorno.
You know why, Ben Grimm? Because it came from someone who's high while they're making pizzas. So nobody want no damn stoner pizza, okay?
No, I'm telling you, it's DiGiorno pizza in a Stranger Things box. I'm pretty sure it's the same company.
Probably has fucking ashes and shit in it. It's a secret ingredient.
So, like, my daughter was so upset about that she wouldn't rewatch the show, the second part of the show with me.
Hey,
She
check
didn't
this out,
want to
guys.
see it again.
So she had a
we got
crush
those
on
too.
that guy, is what you're telling
Yeah.
me.
She
These are the chicken nuggets.
just loved the character. I didn't think he was that. I mean, he wasn't even in the show that much, really, except till the end. I mean, I did like his character, but I just didn't. I wasn't that upset about it.
He had a badass scene though at the end.
Oh, dude, his end scene was awesome, dude. He
Yeah,
went
it
out
was-
like a fucking champ. So
Y'all, these are vegan, so these aren't actual meat. These are plant based.
did you
Yeah,
know that
just-
when you bought them?
I
That's a
did.
shame.
I've never had like plant based chicken nuggets. I've
They-
never tried them.
Most of them taste like chicken nuggets because most
Look.
chicken nuggets are like not meat anyways. So
I give the vegans a lot of shit because I'm like, look, if you're gonna eat things like chicken nugget, you want to eat chicken nuggets, but you're trying to find an alternative to be vegans. Like, just eat chicken nuggets. You want chicken nuggets? Just fucking eat chicken nuggets. Don't try to eat this pretend chicken nugget.
a lot of that stuff is good now, though.
It's
So do
not
you
bad. I've like the vegan guy at my work. He lets me try all this shit, and most everything I've tried has been good. But I'll say
Yeah.
this: my
not bad.
wife bought a bunch of the vegan stuff on clearance. She bought some of the burgers and there was something else she got. I forget what it was, but I ended up throwing out most of that shit away because it was fucking horrible.
Some of it is really nasty. Like the burgers that are literally made of vegetables are fucking gross.
I know
Nah,
what
dude,
it
the
was.
Impossible Whopper from Burger King. You gotta try that.
No, that one's good. Those are
I know what it was
The
that I threw
Impossible
away.
meat is actually pretty good.
The teriyaki chicken is what I tried. That was
Ooh,
a
really?
vegan
I like
teriyaki
the
chicken.
teriyaki chicken.
Oh god, it was horrible.
Aw.
That chicken did not have the texture of chicken. I'll just say that.
You gotta nail the texture, or it don't work.
Yep.
I've never had the Impossible Whopper, but only because I'm just like,
I mean,
why?
I
Why
might
not get the real Whopper?
Yeah, just get
That's
the,
my whole thing.
if you eat meat, there's no reason for you to get the
Because
Impossible.
no, there's been a few times I thought about it because I'll use the Burger King app and they'll have like a deal on there for it. But every time they have the deal for that, they also have a deal for something that has bacon on it. So I'm like, man, fuck that! I'm getting whatever has bacon on it instead.
Bacon.
Bacon
Don't
wins
mind if I
every
do.
time. Okay.
Bacon will win.
Yeah. Bacon.
What is the vegan alternative to bacon?
turkey? No,
And,
Nope.
well, there's one.
Nope.
There's
Turkey
one.
bacon is-
There is one bacon, the
I didn't say
Morningstar bacon, that kind of tastes like bacon, and it looks like bacon, sorta, but it's not. Nothing compares to real bacon. There's no vegan alternative to bacon.
Tofurkey.
Oh, boy.
Tofurkey.
What the hell is Tofurkey?
Tofurkey is a brand of vegan meat.
Oh, it's
Tofu.
real.
Yeah.
He was lying.
My question for you, Ben, is did they have meatballs at Aldi's? Because if they did, you should have got those instead. But if you settled for the meatless
It's
because
then
they were
they're
out of
just-
everything else, it's fine.
Because if it doesn't have meat, it's just balls.
Exactly. That's what Jonathan
Dying
said.
breed says, "Give me bacon or give me death." Agreed.
Exactly.
I agree.
Put that on my tombstone.
Yeah, I'm sure they said that in 1776. They're like, "Give me
course.
bacon or give me death."
Yeah. Happy
What about
Independence
liberty?
Day,
Oh
everybody.
yeah, that's too. Yeah, that's good. Too.
Liberty too, yes. But mostly bacon.
Well, since we pretty much wrapped up Stranger Things and Obi-Wan in like less than 40 minutes. I will say that I've also been playing some of the new Ninja Turtles game, Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, I played it.
How is that? I saw that today on one of my son's TV shows.
If you got a friend to play it with, couch co-op, it's fucking great.
Oh yeah, it's a great couch co-op
Oh, yeah.
game. I mean,
Brings you back.
even like just regular co-op, it's fine. Yeah,
But
it's a good time. It's like the old
up to 6 people
NES
too this
stuff.
time. You can play 6 people at once.
6
Yeah.
people on there.
It's like
and it ain't easy. Like, man, some of them damn guys are being pissed me off because I have my damn combo up and they'll do a little cheap ass move. And back in the day, the move to do was to jump kick. Kick. That was the one to do. But now they got dudes on there that if you try to jump attack them, they immediately uppercut you.
Yes,
So you can't do that to everybody. So
I play as Leonardo.
got to.
Brehm.
It's the only one worth playing as.
What about you, Jonathan? Who was your go-to?
Leonardo, yeah.
Michelangelo.
I was going to play a Splinter, but then I started thinking about this. I'm like, oh, Leonardo's probably more well balanced, and I bet Splinter's slow as shit. So that's why I chose Leo.
Exactly correct.
Does it
They
have
said-
Lawrence, you take me more as a Raphael guy. You're kind of angsty.
No, he's Michelangelo.
I had 4 brothers, and we always picked them. My older brother was Raphael because he was the oldest, of course. I was Leonardo. My younger brothers were always Michelangelo or Donatello. No one likes Donatello. Isn't that weird?
I liked Donatello when I was a kid. I mean, I still
yeah. Donatello.
It's
I
no
always
love.
liked it because he had the reach.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
he had the stick.
I didn't like him because he had a stick and he didn't have a pointy object weapon or anything. He just had a fucking
You know
stick.
what's
They all
funny about
work.
this game too is like this Shredder's Revenge is basically a carbon copy of the original Ninja Turtles the arcade game, but it has just enough new stuff in there to make it enjoyable.
Yeah, it's got the modern conveniences.
Yep.
Drop in, drop out, co-op. Like, I mean, if somebody's done, they can just go. And you can keep on, and if you're in the middle of something, they can drop in and play with you.
Well, let me ask you if this happened to you, Jonathan, because this is something that really would piss me off. So they implemented a revive feature in this Turtles game. However, good luck ever reviving anybody because there's so many fucking people on screen at one time that every time you start trying to revive your friend, they're going to come over there and kick the shit out of you every single time.
Pretty much. If you don't have a third dude there to like cover you while it happens, you forget it.
Yeah.
So this is like an old school video game that's actually hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
like Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. Some bosses ain't no joke either.
Oh no, they aren't. And I'm not finished with it yet. We're only like halfway through it, I think, or maybe not even halfway. But basically, they're trying to reform Krang. They keep stealing all the body parts because they want to put Krang back together.
Who are you playing it with, Greg?
I was playing it with my buddy Shadow, but he got sick, so he couldn't come over this week. So I'm still turtleless this week. I'm missing it.
No turds.
Let your daughter play in.
Me and my daughter play Sonic Team Racing, and she's horrible.
But
Lawrence, why don't you go over there and play it with him? Gosh.
Oh wait,
Lawrence.
Well, I mean,
come on, man.
Dang.
I don't know when he's available.
If it was Anthony, I bet you'd be over there playing with him. Like he didn't say no neither. He didn't deny it.
Look, he's already got a game buddy. Okay, it's fine. I got my daughter. She's eventually going to get good at video games.
Well,
yeah, that's what I thought too.
I don't know your schedule, man. That's the only problem.
My kid's good at Roblox and The Sims. That's about it.
Let me tell you about my daughter in this Sonic Team Racing. Okay, I'm carrying this team. We ain't winning any Grand Prix without me. All right, because if I don't come in first on even one race, we're not winning because she's coming in 9th place every single time.
You suck.
Does she start cursing and shit, like throwing controllers or tantrums?
No, she just keeps asking me if she's doing good, and I tell her yes.
I will say my kid is pretty good at Apex, which is pretty funny because I suck at first-person shooters. So,
and I have to make my daughter think that she's winning also, or she gets mad.
I used to beat Haley at Smash Brothers until she would cry.
Oh man, Smash Brothers is no joke. Those tournaments, dude. Those guys know moves I didn't even know was possible in that game.
Yeah.
I will go on record and saying I am the worst Smash Brothers player in the history of the
What's
game.
funny is
think that's
Dustin. You
right.
mentioned my friend Anthony. He was beating people at tournaments. He was like the #1 player in South Mississippi.
I used to get high as fuck and play Smash Bros. all night long with my friends.
My problem with Smash Brothers
was
is
your
I
main?
can't stay on the map. Like I can't stay on the levels. I just keep
I
falling
like
off.
to use all. I loved all the characters. So but I like Kirby and Link.
Oh, I
Probably
love
my
Link. I
go-tos.
always play with Link.
Yeah, I love
I like
Link.
all the Links. Team Link or Toon Link, Young Link,
Play with Marth a lot.
Martha and Roy. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
What about Linkle?
Who?
The female Link. Ain't that her name, Linkle?
I think it's Zelda. I think it's her name. What is the female Link?
I don't think she ever got made, but she
I
was
think
supposed to.
Sheik is pretty cool.
Sheik is pretty cool, but Sheik is just Princess Zelda. So. Yeah, Casey Jones is the unlockable character on the Ninja Turtles game. The only one.
He's got the best stats too.
As a matter of
Besides
fact,
unlockable.
Jonathan, I have a major fucking gripe about this game.
Why is that? What is that?
The fact that they cock tease you with it. You're going through these levels, you're unlocking all these fucking battle toads, or at least you think you're unlocking them by rescuing them or whatever it is you're doing. But guess what? They're not even playable characters. You don't get to do anything with them.
No, and I'm not real sure. Like they had like collectibles and stuff in the game, like for like quests, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why they're there. It doesn't really add that much to the game.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like the battle toads were like a slap in the face. You're like, oh man, this is going to be so cool if you can unlock the battle toads and you can play Ninja Turtles and battle toads together. Nope.
Yeah.
Not giving it to you. Sorry.
Who'd win in a fight? The Ninja Turtles or the Battletoads?
Well, Ninja Turtles would kick the shit out of Battletoads.
Yeah, Battletoads were Wish app versions of the Ninja Turtles.
No. They were the great value version of the Ninja Turtles.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Wish app, great value, same bullshit.
But I want to address Ben. Ben, I've heard about the Edisiano fight. I don't even know how to say his name.
Adesanya.
Yeah, but
Just call him
basically,
Izzy.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I
Izzy.
heard that fight was weak. I heard it was basically boring as shit. And
That's the story of UFC as a whole. They get you so fucking ready for a fight. You know, you're so excited about it. They build it for months and months and months.
yeah,
Then the fight happens, and it's like, oh,
It's MMA. It's either going to go one way or the other. It's either going to be a brutal fucking fist fight or it's going to be fucking guys rolling around on the ground.
Well, what got me out of MMA is the fact that all the big fights, the ones that, they build, are the ones that usually don't deliver. And the only way you're going to see the good fights is if you're watching the undercard where the good fights actually happen.
Yeah.
that's weird, ain't it?
But Izzy did come out to Undertaker's theme, and he even had like the urn and the hat and everything. It was kind of cool.
Isn't that copyrighted material though? Like, doesn't?
Well, Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, and Pat McAfee were in the crowd, so I think they approved it.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll be okay.
Ben, did he have a winning record?
Oh,
Why did I get quiet when I asked that?
Well, we're waiting for the
We're waiting for
response.
Ben Grimm's answer. We're on.
Well, he ain't gonna fucking talk to us. He's just gonna type in the chat. You ain't gotta be
I didn't
quiet
know.
and wait for us
I
to
didn't know who you're talking to.
We all got quiet. Ben Grimm's gonna his voice will come through.
You know who was also in attendance at the UFC fight with the McMahons? Tony Khan and Jim Ross.
Really?
But they weren't sitting next to each other, but they were there.
Did Tony Khan look like he was on the spectrum again?
Tony Khan, I think, isn't he on the spectrum, like for real?
Someone said he's on cocaine. That's the only thing he's on.
on-
I mean, I've heard that he is autistic, though.
I don't know. He looked normal during that press conference.
Look, I'm going to tell y'all something right
with,
now. An autistic man with an unlimited bank account is a
Switchblade Jay
dangerous
White.
weapon.
That's
He
fair
did.
enough.
He did sign Claudio Castagnoli. So
Am I the only one who doesn't give a fuck about him being in AEW?
I don't care. I
No,
don't
like-
care
about him in
I didn't
WWE.
mind.
Oh my God, it's Claudio Castagnoli or
I
Ravioli
mean, they have
or
to
whatever
make
the fuck
they have
his
to
name
make it
is.
sound like it's awesome. But I heard he signed for less money than what WWE offered him.
He was just fed up with that whole.
Well, look,
organization.
I don't give a shit about Claudio Spaghettio or the fucking Blackpool Combat fucking club anymore, okay?
Doesn't he do this right?
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. He's doing the same gimmick.
What about his airplane
Jack did
spin?
from
What about
Tekken.
the airplane spin?
That's another thing. I've always hated that move.
It's like something you do for your kid. Like you say, let's go. Wee!
Jericho said he was fucking terrified when he was doing that shit on top of the cage with him.
I bet he was. Do you ever watch the media scrums after the AEW events?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most of the time they're on TikTok, so I can just watch them on TikTok.
I usually
least the
hear about them when I listen to Cornette's podcast, and like they usually end up replaying them and then commenting on some of the stuff that's being said, and they just sound horrible to me. Like it sounds like the wrestlers just go out of character on the scrums, and I fucking hate it.
Well, Jay White didn't. When Jay White got up there, he was like, he told him to come put his fucking belt on that little stand thing, and they fucking knocked. Did you see that one?
I seen that one.
Was it an AEW one or a New Japan one?
That was AEW. It was after Forbidden Door.
No, I need to watch that then.
He's like, come put my belt on this thing, and he fucking puts it on there, and it falls off. And he's like, God damn it, man, what the fuck? What the fuck are you even good for?
Yeah. And Tony's all apologized. He was like, I'm so sorry. I'll take full responsibility. It was funny. Because Jay White he's such a good character. Like he's like old school. He doesn't break like out of his asshole.
That's a New Japan thing. They don't believe in breaking kayfabe like that. Like keeping kayfabe in New Japan's a big deal.
Here's the thing: Jay White was still staring daggers at that dude even after he fixed it. He was just looking at him like he's gonna slap the shit out of him. I was like, oh god.
That's why he's one of the best in the business today.
Yeah.
So what else we got, guys? Anything we're looking forward to?
Well, yeah, they're announcing season 5 of Cobra Kai. So what are y'all thoughts on that? What are y'all hoping to see? And
I love Cobra Kai, so I'm down for more Cobra Kai.
They gotta bring back Mike Barnes.
Yes, they do.
They need to find wherever a rock he's under and bring him back in.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, Cobra Kai. All the seasons are on Netflix.
And I want him to bully LaRusso again.
I want him to show up in his house unannounced, like break laws, like go crazy, like you would in Karate Kid 3.
Yes.
Like he was like an actual criminal.
Hey, so we were kind of talking about something in the chat, and I know we usually talk about wrestling on our other show, but I just want to bring one thing up. So y'all know, I'm sure you watch Money in the Bank, right, Greg?
Yeah.
So Shotzi got bullied off of the internet because of the Money in the Bank match. She deleted her Twitter account. So, and we were talking about who's more toxic, wrestling fans or Star Wars fans?
Star Wars fans.
Yeah, this
hands down.
No,
Star Wars.
We're gonna get to
what do you think?
You know what? It's gonna have to be Star Wars fans.
Yeah, they're bad.
Terrible,
but wrestling
dude.
fans are very close.
Certainly.
Apparently they were going after her, saying she needs to go back to Performance Center because I guess she did have a few botches in that match, but it's a fucking ladder match and it's
the entire
chaotic.
Match was a fucking botch, man. That match was shit.
Yeah, the match was a botch fest, like the whole thing was. But apparently it got so bad that she was like, she released a statement and then deleted her Twitter. But she basically told them that they can suck on our hairy melons. That was how she ended it.
Well, listen, Ben Grimm said his brother's name is Matt Grice. He got into a car accident. He just got out of a coma.
Oh shit!
He had to relearn to walk and shit. He
God
did.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Sorry to hear that.
how old's your brother, Ben?
It was. What was Tuesday?
What is it? Let's see. What's Big T?
It was Okada.
Yeah, Shotzi deserves a tongue lashing, but no, not to skip over that, Ben. I'll thoughts and prayers for your brother, man. So on that, that's got to be rough, man. I can't imagine going through something like that, honestly. Like, I mean, I've never been much of a quitter my whole life, but I think if something like that happened to me, man, I don't know if I could recover.
Yeah, you already got bad shoulders and shit, Greg.
I don't know.
Well, he's old, so
I don't know what it was like to try to walk the first time, much less trying to walk the second time.
yeah.
I remember doing that shit the first time.
I
I'm
told
just used
myself
to
this a
know it.
long time ago. I can lose an arm, but I will never lose a leg. I have to be able to walk.
Why?
See, I mean, see, I would have to lose a leg because there's lots of shit I can get to move around.
Sure, you can still play video games with a missing leg.
But you can't feel the
Exactly.
sand beneath your feet without your legs, man.
What the fuck? Fuck
I mean, you
sand.
could. I mean, nowadays they make it where you can play video games without your hand.
And Lawrence, you can still feel sand beneath your feet with a missing leg. You still got another one.
Unless you lose both of them,
Unless you lose
about?
both of them. If you lose both of them, then you can't.
You lose both of them though. But I'm good with. I'm good with.
Rub your nubs around.
You know where I heard that from? Oh, go ahead.
Look,
Go ahead.
I'm with Jonathan. I would much rather lose a leg than a hand because I've had broken hands. I've had surgery on my hand before, and not having a hand to use is hard. That is fucking, especially if you're.
When are we gonna get robot hands, dude? Like they promised us that in the 50s.
They kind of have some of. They have versions of them already.
Yeah.
A lot of soldiers have bionic arms.
How the fuck do we have CERN antimatter finders so we don't have like android arms like what Luke had? Like it looked like an actual hand.
It's because that shit's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. They have it. It exists.
But CERN's not.
But that's the thing is, with an arm, you're benefiting one person.
Yeah.
CERN, you're benefiting a lot of people.
I hope.
Big Cheese says-
Hey, come on. No, that's what I was gonna explain. I heard that from someone who there was a phenomenon where people would actually amputate their own legs. You remember that, Dustin?
No.
2020 special.
Who the
Why you
fuck
asking
would
me
wanna
like
do
I just
that?
know?
Because Dustin looks like he watches news. Dustin looks like
I have now. No, I have heard what Lawrence is talking about.
I'm gonna tell y'all something
I
right
don't know
now.
if they were cutting their legs off, but I have heard of people purposely making themselves disabled.
That's
Look,
the thing. That's what
I'm
talking
tired
about.
of this motherfucker. It's gonna be gone by the end of the night.
No, they were because they liked being crippled. They said it was like a privilege because like people opened doors for them, so they would put their feet in like dry ice until it was like it had to get amputated, and they would actually have their feet and stuff amputated. And one dude was like, he was being interviewed. He said, "I've missed the sand beneath my feet sometimes. I do regret it. This sucks. Why did I do this?" like what the? That's what we're trying to figure out.
Out of all the fucking things he could miss about not having a leg, the sand beneath his feet.
Yeah, it showed a
I
shot
feel
of
like
him in his wheelchair.
I miss
sad.
walking. I miss being able to fuck properly because I don't have my feet. You know, like that's the kind of stuff I'd miss.
Can't get no traction with one leg.
That's stuck.
Wow,
with-
one leg, that's
hit.
rough. Can you imagine?
When he said that hit me in the feels because I was like, I understand what he's saying because
I don't like this
Simple-
fucking sand beneath my feet.
Sand.
it's them
Sand
simple
is fucking
things.
gross.
But he hated it until he needed it, until he missed it. You know what I'm saying? Like you hate things until you can't have them anymore, and it's like, did you get it?
I'm going to start writing down these things that Lawrence says, and we're going to make cards out of them.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
Hallmark cards you
Ben
don't
Grimm
want.
said he would still go for Shotzi's titties. Just want to put that out there. Her hairy melons.
He won't go for Charlotte Flair's though because there's something wrong with it.
They're lopsided.
Like most chests are lopsided. I'm just going to let you know.
Yeah,
Are you
but
a-
hers are
Are you a Shotzi
hers
fan?
are-
Greg? It's Filipino.
not really.
Not really.
She looks like a try hard to me.
I try hard.
Yeah, like with all the colored hair and all the
Oh,
extra
great!
shit.
You know what we forgot to
She
mention?
comes out in a fucking army tank. That's what I mean. But she's a try.
I don't think she comes out in the tank anymore.
Gregory
Oh.
Eggery,
I don't know. That sounds pretty dope. I'm just saying.
Greg the Egg
The
Roberts.
tank shoots confetti, Jonathan.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's going to be like an anti-armor round. I mean, front row, get one.
I mean, she could shoot John Cena towels or some shit out of it.
Okay, I can see. Okay, I can see.
I'm not Shotzi t-shirts.
I can see a T-shirt.
Yeah,
launcher. Yeah, I can
Vince
see
said
that.
gross.
That'd be
That
dope.
would actually be kind of cool.
So, Greg, you finished Richard Ramirez?
I mean, you can go see Charlotte Flair naked online.
Yeah, they're free for everyone to see.
Yeah.
I did
Or
finish
Hope
Richard
Solo.
Ramirez. Lawrence, let's talk about that.
I feel like they have a link.
Richard Ramirez,
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, the
Night Stalker. Have you guys seen that documentary? Y'all know the Night Stalker.
I know who he is though.
Yeah, Richard Ramirez was bad news. Greg,
Is
what you
it
think
Night
about it?
Stalker or Night Stalker?
Huh?
Stalker or Stalker? That's two different things.
Stalker.
There you
Night
go.
Stalker.
All right, put that L in there, bud.
There we go. Yeah, man. It basically you told me everything about it before I even saw it, like all the key parts. But the thing that was really messed up is the fact that he left his fucking footprint in a lady's head
because he stomped on it so
because
hard.
he stomped on it so hard. That's like, oh,
Man.
No, the part that tripped me out is when the lady had a shotgun and she was about to shoot him, but it was empty. And she shot at him point blank and it clicked. And he said, he grabbed it and then just went ape shit on her just as revenge. That dude was something else. I have heard Ezra Miller.
I have not. Who's Ezra
That's
Miller?
the guy who plays Flash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plays the Flash in the movie.
I don't think
he's
he's
on loose.
mind. He's lost his mind.
Yeah. I think he's like on the run or something.
He
So-
loose.
So
He's
is
been
Richard,
arrested like 5 times in Hawaii and shit.
is
yeah.
Richard Ramirez your number one now, Lawrence?
No, not at all. That dude-
number 1? I thought we weren't going to do that, guys.
Oh,
We're not
eventually we are. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the serial killer rankings.
No, we can't do serial killer rankings.
Why can't we?
That's just fucked up.
No,
No,
just in notoriety. Like, who do we think is the worst? Not like
Yeah.
as we like them. Like, I'm a fan of Ted Bundy shirts and shit. No, not like that.
I don't know.
Like,
It could get weird.
the ranking of like who is the worst to you? Who do you not want to meet in an alleyway or sit next to anywhere?
Big T says modern day
None of
Quaid.
He is the modern day Queen.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
What
he's
did
gone
Randy
off,
Quaid do
completely gone off the rails.
Yeah, but I think we need to do it. I think we need to do top 10 serial killers.
I don't know.
One of them
Yeah.
is Okada.
Ezra Miller. I knew there was something wrong with that guy whenever he was cast as a Flash because like he didn't know how to run. I don't know if y'all saw that shit in Justice League, but they needed to teach him how to run or do something that looks like running because all his shit sucked. I didn't like him as a Flash, honestly. I thought Gustin Grant was the better Flash.
They need to make Eddie Kingston the new Flash. And have him run like a toddler.
Make sure he doesn't trip. Well,
Hey, he was on New Japan Strong this week, man.
I watched that episode actually, and yes, I saw him. But you couldn't even. I guess he doesn't know how to talk into a microphone properly neither, because you couldn't fucking hear a thing he was saying.
what the fuck? Yeah.
I hate Eddie Kingston.
But he's
There
got
you
a
go.
fresh line though. Like his haircut's fresh to death, man. He's got the
His
beard
eyebrows.
on there. His
Those
eyebrows.
eyebrows are perfect. You know, I ask people on my wrestling TikTok all the time to please explain why you like Eddie Kingston so much and feel like he should be a champion. And you know what? No one ever fucking answers me.
Oh, Ben
You know
Grimm.
why?
Albert Fish was
But
bad.
Albert Fish was a good he might be number one on my list.
Greg said he was a good one. The fuck?
He was a good one.
Hey, look, if you're good at what you do,
Number 1s and number 2s and doing a top 10 list. So
Look, let's not pretend like we're not fascinated with serial killers, Lawrence.
I do
It's not
agree with Craig.
It's not because that we
But
think
here's
that what
why.
they did was great, but it's just interesting.
Big
Here's-
T, were you with us on the show? We talked about Blood and Guts and how shitty it was.
Yeah, we did. It was horrible.
I don't like Orange Cassidy's new theme. I fucking hate that.
I do
That's
too.
so-
I fucking hate it as
But
well.
you have all these people defending it. Like all these people are like, "Oh, this is what he had in the Indies." I'm like, I didn't watch him in the fucking Indies.
It's because he ran out of his Pixie contract ran out and they didn't renew it.
And that's the
Oh,
thing. It's
no.
not even what he had on the indies, because Tony Khan talked about this on the media scrum. He said that the original plan was for him to change to the song that he used on the indies, but that leaked. So then they switched it to something else.
Yeah,
So this new thing that he has is not even his indie song.
It doesn't fit him at all. Unlike the pop you would get from the Pixies one was better for him.
nothing will ever fit him as good as the Pixies did, because that intro on the Pixies and his entrance was perfect. Like you said, the pop when that music hit was
Right.
just
And it's and also because the Pixie song just sounds lazy.
Yeah,
And that's what
it
Orange
sounds
Cassidy's
like-
gimmick is he's supposed to be lazy. So
I mean, even when that's not a wrestler's theme song, when that song comes on and that music hits, you pop for it in a way, you know? Like, but they fucked up and didn't renew their contract.
A
so-
song that I actually went out of my way to find that I've fallen in love with was Jericho's thing. That I never knew what they were saying, and I started listening to the lyrics and saw the music video. It's
the
actually
one
a really
they all
good
sing
song.
when he comes out.
Yeah, the Judas and it's just called Judas. It's just by
Yeah.
Fozzy. I didn't realize it was he had a. Well, I knew he had a band. I didn't know that was his own song that he had done.
Yeah,
before
that's
that.
Good shit right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to use as my entrance music? My own fucking music, motherfucker.
Well, they can't take it away from him now. It's better than his break the walls down shit. That break the walls down.
So, which version of Jericho do you like best? This current version or the Painmaker version?
You're talking about as far as he's been in AEW? Because I liked him as the list guy. I remember he did that shit back in WWE.
I think his Kevin Owens stuff was some of his best stuff.
Yeah, that's what I think. His Kevin Owens stuff was.
Well, that's because he was with Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is his national treasure.
He's a goddamn national treasure.
Absolutely.
Although I think he's like hurt or something. He hasn't really been on. They kind of like ditched the Elias gimmick with him, but I think he's been out. He addressed it because he was supposed to have a match 2 weeks ago, and he didn't. It didn't happen.
So, do we want to do a list again next week? Should we bring it back? What do you think, Lawrence?
It depends on what the list is about. I mean, if they're not digging the serial killer list, then I don't know.
I'll do a serial killer list. I just think it's kind of fucked up. What do you think?
We're only doing, Jonathan.
I'm not particularly fascinated by serial killers, but
here's my thing.
Do you think you could come up with 10?
10? Do no.
Honorables aren't necessary.
The honorables, you can't do honorable mentions for a serial killer list, okay?
Yeah,
like they tried, but
they
didn't do it. Yeah, dishonorable mentions.
All right, here I got a good one. We've actually talked about doing this before. I think next week we're going to do the top 10 prison movies.
Oh yeah,
Top 10
will count too.
Top 10 prison movies. As far TV series, do we want to allow TV series?
They can be honorable.
I think there's plenty of prison movies where we wouldn't need series.
Okay, agree.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff I've watched prison-wise is movies minus Oz. So
minus Oz, yeah.
So we'll say that you can. We'll say you can include TV series, but no more than 2.
Okay, that works.
And Lawrence, just to please our audience here, I guess. Our top 5 honorable mentions is going to be people who actually went to prison, serial killers. So the honorable mentions will be our top 5 serial killers.
There you go. A dual list.
That'll work.
We're going to have a dual list.
Prison. It can't be Zodiac who went scot-free or Jack
that's the thing. It has to be someone who got caught.
And went
look how passionate Lawrence got about it.
Don't make this list weird next week. We all know you have a fantasy about prisons and getting butt raped in prison. Okay.
No, I'm doing the butt raping. I'm not.
This is the list made for Lawrence. This week's list will be Lawrence's shining moment. I just know it.
Lawrence, you're only allowed to show up in a prison uniform, though.
Also, Lawrence, that means me and you both have a homework assignment. We have to watch American Me.
We have to watch American Me, and we have to watch Shot Caller. You seen that one?
No.
It's got the dude from Game of Thrones in there, fucking Jamie Lannister.
Shot Caller?
Yeah, look it up. It's
Shock Collar or Shot
Caller?
Shot Caller.
Be a baller.
Shot Caller, please.
On the Impala.
I watched that.
Well, the chat's already talking about it, so it looks like we'll have a good list next week.
Blood in, blood out.
So there it is. We're gonna get out of here. But
bring your list,
next
chat.
Week. Yeah, bring your list, chat. Anyone who wants to bring their own list in the chat, definitely do so. We love when everybody does that. But just want to say thanks to everyone for listening.
Don't forget
here
about
very soon. I'm gonna move all of the Dashing with Gregs to the Patreon, so that'll be a Patreon exclusive. So
yeah, show also, the Patreons anyway.
Our show on Thursday night.
Yeah, and check us out Thursday for our Keeping It Kayfabe podcast, which is all wrestling all the time.
Well, great. We want to show the Patreons.
No, we only have 2, man.
They're probably in the boxes right now with us.
Probably so. All right, until next time.
Slack off.
Slack off.
Can you hear my voice?